Hello, this is ZeeZee. Thank you for tuning in today. It is awesome to have you with me today again on ZeeZee Talks. So another thing is external factors. So the economy, we let that come between us and our spouses. So the thing is, because things are hard, instead of running into each other's embrace, we're running away from each other's embrace. We're blaming you. You should have a different career. You should be doing this. Don't you see what your mates are doing? Don't you see what is happening? And so the thing is, one person feels pressure, like, I'm not doing enough. And then the other person is constantly on them and saying, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And again, you don't have to say it. It could be subtle by the way you say, I can't live there. I can't wear that. I have to travel. It has to be this class. It has to do this. Too much pressure. And you don't have to have all these things. There are people who have much less than you do. And you know I'm saying the truth. And they're still okay. Where do we draw the line between this competition thing that happens between us and people around us? You're only doing these things because you think this is where you should be in life. Maybe life hasn't given that to you yet. Why don't you just cut your coat, and why don't you just stick with your man or your woman and build together? Why don't you build? Because looking for things that you can't afford is what's causing this. And now I know there's some people who are just lazy. They're just bums. Get off your butt. You have to work. Things are not going to come easy. You're not going to sit there and talk about, oh, the days of glory. What days of glory? The days of glory are under your feet. You need to get up and use them to work and get where you need to get to. But the thing is, we can't then make work overtake our entire lives, overtake the lives of our families, because you need to be there for your spouse. You need to be there to talk, to build, to groom, to build a foundation that would last you through the lifetime. But we're not building foundations anymore. We're literally just chasing cheddar. And the more cheddar we chase, the more glitz we're chasing, the less time we're spending on the important things. Small wonder why you come home and there's no marriage and it's just you and your roommate literally living together, raising kids. That's not how to live. We have so much information at our fingertips now, even more than our parents did. So why don't we learn how to make it work based on the good information we have and the exposure we have? Why are we going to make the same mistakes that our parents made? Why? Another big problem with this whole marriage thing is, what is in it for me? I'm coming into this marriage. What is he giving me? What is she giving me? What am I getting out of it? The last time I checked, marriage is all about what can you give? What can you give to someone to make things even better for their life? You are a servant once you decide to get married. So once you wear the white dress, you don the ring, what you're saying is, I am ready to serve. Once you put on the tux, once you Dolce & Gabbana tux and all these Christian Dior things, once you put them on, it's time to say, I'm here to serve. I'm not here to lord myself over you. I'm not here to lord the fact that I have more over you. I'm here to build with you. But we've missed that. We've honestly missed that. Because what we're thinking is, what will our boys say? If I love my wife too much, or if I show that this woman has my heart, then they would say I'm a pushover. Okay, well, keep being a pushover. You will be miserable because you will be running away from your house forever because the woman will be there waiting for you, right? So what you need to do is to remember that you're in this thing to serve. The both of you are there to serve. There is equal and mutual submission. You will submit to each other, meaning I will give to you, you give to me, and I give to you. We have the same mindset. We have the same understanding of what marriage is. We build together. Everything we do, it's together. There's no me, there's no you, it's us. It's constantly us. If I suffer, we suffer together. And again, the thing is, when you have this mindset, guess what happens? It affects everything else that you do. What ends up happening is, before you do anything, you think of the other person. You think, why should I say this? Why should I do that? Why? No, I should be kinder because I know this person really means well for me. Stop looking at your spouse as competition. They're not the enemy. And if you feel like they are the enemy, it's okay. Let's talk about it. We can fix it. Just don't throw in the hat before you do anything about it. And don't suffer in silence either. So don't sit there and say, I don't want anybody to think that I'm having problems. But guess what? You are having problems. So you need to talk to someone about it. So guess what? Please, you have to start to see your marriage as an avenue to serve someone else. I'm not asking you to become a servant and sit there and just be a doormat. No, I'm asking you to mutually exchange with your spouse. Now, if they're not doing their part, it is possible for you to keep doing your part, and hopefully they catch up. But the thing is, if they're not, I suggest instituting different things like asking them, telling them that you both need to get some help to fix your marriage. Talk about it. We're not like we used to. I want better for my marriage. I want us to excel. I want us to thrive. I want these children to see us and want to get married someday instead of see us and think I will never get married. A lot of my friends have said it, that based on their parents' marriages, they don't ever want to get married because if this is what marriage is, they don't want any part of it. Show your kids good example because they are watching you. I mean, the marriages these days are so fickle, and they are because people are not bringing their everything into the relationship. They're coming in half away, one leg out, one leg in. If it's working, good. If it's not, I'm out the door. Why? You come in with everything and you start to seal the doors. You get duct tape, you get cement, you get everything. You seal every door that you can get out of, and it's literally ride or die. We're going down together if we're going down. Okay, and that's the only way you can keep things going. I'm sick and tired of hearing people breaking up over ridiculous things, not enough money, or he wasn't who I thought. Well, you know, you should ask certain questions before you marry someone, okay? If you're there, you're there. And based on our beliefs, we know that once you're in there, you're supposed to remain in there. This whole new thing of, yeah, I can go in and if it's not working, I could go out. No, what have you done? What has happened? Now, domestic violence is something else. Now, that's something else I just do not condone. However, there are ways to even help a couple who are dealing with domestic violence. But the thing is, if everything else is causing you to just want to get up and leave each time, nobody will be married again in our society. We're not going to raise any more children that want to build community. Our parents raised us the way they did because they wanted us to build our nation, build something, but now it's literally everybody fighting for themselves. That's why corruption is everywhere, because people are thinking about how can I get? You know, I have to travel first class, I have to stay here at the Kensington Palace, I have to do this, yeah, well, you know what? No, you don't have to do those things, because if you can be content, your marriage will thrive. The both of you have to know who your spouse is. You have to be able to speak to your spouse and tell them the truth. If there's someone who keeps insisting they must do this and do what other people are doing. Again, get help if you're not sure what to do. I don't want this to go on and on and on. But we need to start thinking about our marriages in Nigeria. We need to start figuring out what has gone wrong. If we are, the wedding industry is the biggest in the world almost. It is so big in Nigeria. Ashrebi, this one, that. Everybody is getting married every single day. So why are so many marriages not thriving? Why am I talking to so many people who are dying in their marriages? Why? I think it's because we've lost the plot. And I think it's about time we stop and take control of our marriages and build them back up the way they're meant to be. And unless we do that, it's going to get worse. It's really going to get worse. So let me know what you think. What do you think might be causing this issue with our marriages compared to where our parents were and where we are? Again, I will repeat, I'm not saying our parents' marriages were perfect, but we have to give credit to where it's due. Something was right. They did something right. And that's the reason why a lot of us still have both of them together today. So again, what can we do? What can we learn? How can we impart into society this new wave of we've got to be there for each other. We have to keep striving. And now all this of bringing too much religion into it. Listen, there are people who don't even have religion who are happily married. So we are supposed to even show even better, being that we do have, and we follow Christ, or we have faith that really takes us through things. Let us stop hiding. Even pastors are divorcing, even pastors are separating, because again, it seems like the focus has turned from being there for the other person to something other than your marriage, and it just won't work. That's what I have. I don't know. It leaves me speechless when I talk about this, but I really ask that we pay attention and we start to work at fixing our marriages and looking at all these loopholes and plugging them up. We need to plug them. Okay, so I'm here to help you if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have anything that's bugging you in your relationship. Let me help you talk about it, work through it. Just reach out. I like to say that you have to talk about something for it to start getting addressed. It's like darkness. The second there's darkness and you introduce a flicker, little flicker of light, guess what happens? The darkness disappears. Same here. If you're having issues, talk about it. You should be happily married. I am happily married, and I thank God for that. And it's challenging and it's work, but you do it regardless because you know that's what you're meant to do. I am so blessed to have you. Thank you for talking to me again. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video if you did, and share it because we have to start making everyone become aware that we have work to do. Relationships can't suffer anymore. There's a lot of change talk going on now. So hey, this is part of the change. No more mediocre relationships. We're now changing for the best. God bless you. I love you. And thank you for listening to ZeeZee. Have a wonderful day.